Hello again and welcome back to Pete's Model Car Customs. I'm halfway through building a new radiator for the Firefighter Mustang II thing, so I thought I'd just stop for a minute and do a quick video on how I'm basically scratch building the radiator and what I'm using. Predominantly I'm using, if I lean over there, this is a piece of nylon neck curtain that I've painted in this area with a sand colour, as you can see, a mixture of PVA and sand acrylic paint. And in this area down here, I've painted it with a silver colour, revell silver, I know it was, on top of this. Let's call it a primer, but you know, I was looking for a brass colour for something, so I did it in this sand colour. But on this occasion, I want an area of silver to give me an aluminium looking radiator. So that and a selection of evergreen strip and rod. I use pack 210 rod, which is this small diameter here, and I use that for the core, and then basically 4 different packs of strip, namely 104, 103, 135 and 155, which are all basically different thicknesses of similar widths. In metric it's 2.5 mil wide, and another piece that's only 2 mil wide, and that helps me get in there. Also, as an economy, I bought some Chinese rod, that strip that I find will only super glue together, which is why there's super glue in the background. And I have another adhesive. I don't know whether this is available where you are, but I use this quite a lot as a, it welds different ABS type plastics. There you go, plastic weld and plexiglass, ABS, styrene, you know, all sorts of different plastics. There is another similar glue in a similar bottle. I can't remember that for the life of me what it's called, and I think that's more generally available, like globally. Anyway, using the kit part there as for sizes and such. I built myself a framework out of the strips that I mentioned, and then cut a load of infill parts of that rod. Now I paint the rod silver before I cut it down, because once you've put the way I build this up, you can't get to the other side of it. As you can see on the top, I've made a new cap and a post that it's sitting on, and to that I'll add a tube to the expansion tank. As you can see, there's various strips and little slices of tubing to give me my outlets. As you can see, I've got the mesh there sort of encased, and like I said, the reason why I paint the rod prior to cutting it is because you can't get behind it. But so then I've cut another piece of mesh to give the idea more. Now you sort of see the pattern more into there. So my next stage is to cut myself another piece of the silvered mesh, and then entrap this with more fine strips, 0.25 by half. What pack's that? It's in the low, probably 100 or 102, 101, something like that, but it will give you a 0.25 thickness and sort of like a mil to half a mil wide, depending on what you look. But in the low 100 numbers, I find a lot of strip is really handy. So but that's basic. I construct the framework of it, then lay in the mesh that's this side. So I ended up leaving it overnight with a piece of mesh in and the outer framework. Then I painted it and the rod, and then come in again, cleared areas of paint back off of it to where I want to glue these rods, and cut and glued them all in. Now the next move there is to touch in that paintwork to receive that last piece of mesh. And where I've done the basics of the, oops, wrong way again, Pete, of the interior of the engine bay, gave me a good time to fit all this in, and that will just drop in snugly. Hang on, it will drop in snugly. If I put it the right way around. There you go. That's dropped into the pieces of angle that I put in the other day down the sides of it. I'm not going to be able to get any light in there, am I? I ain't, just sort of see them. So it's held in by those two pieces of angle, just in a it's just trapped in there, and that will be what you see on the inside of the car, and then down to the expansion tank down that side. I've also got to put in a windscreen washer bottle and steering box around that side. The rest of the electrics have got to go into that corner, and then wire them up and put in the brake wires, and the main fuel hose goes up here to a sort of splitter box thing for the two carburetors, and then start plonking it all together. But that's it for now. Just look at the radiators. Best wishes from jolly old England. Sorry about my voice. I hope you can hear this. I've said that. Yeah, carry on.